Yo guys, welcome back to KEKO Channel. Baik lagi dengan gue Kenny. Dan seperti biasa kita bakal mainin lagi bukan mainin sih, kita bakal mainin game baru. Itu namanya Doki Doki Literature Club. Nah, game ini gue disclaimer dulu ya guys ya. Jadi buat kalian yang punya mental health issue, punya depresi, punya cenderungan untuk bunuh diri atau menyakiti diri sendiri, mohon skip aja video gue, jangan ditonton. Karena kontennya itu adalah ini game horor genrenya. Biarpun terlihat picky dan terlihat sepertinya menarik buat kalian yang agak suka yang bau-bau 18+, tapi sekali lagi gue akan kasih tahu ini tidak cocok untuk anak-anak dan juga tidak cocok untuk kalian yang punya mental health. Jadi kalau misalnya kalian ngeliat video gue yang ini, skip aja nonton yang lain. Oke guys, dan gue di sini akan langsung aja mulai. Gue sini tekan new game. Oke, pertama kita akan masukkan nama kita. Nama kita Jesslyn like usual. Oke. Ingat ya, skip kalau buat kalian yang punya mental health. I see an annoying girl running towards me from distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally obviously to any intentions in my throat herself. That girl is a Sayuri, my neighbor and good friends since we were children. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to work to school together on days like this, but starting around high school, she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better of running away. However, I just sing sigh and idle in front of the crosswalk and let Sayuri catch up to me. I overslept again, but I caught you this time. Maybe, but only because I decided to stop and wait for you. Eh? You say that like you were thinking about ignoring me. That's mean, Jesslyn. Well, if people stare at you for acting weird, then I don't want them to think we were a couple or something. Fine, but you did wait for me after all. I guess you don't have it in you to be mean even if you want to know. To whatever you say, Sayuri. We crossed the street together and made our way to school. As we draw near, the streets become increasingly sprinkled with other students making their daily community. By the way, Jesslyn, have you decided on a club to join yet? A club? I told you yesterday I'm really not interested in joining any club. I haven't been looking either. That's not true. You told me you want to join a club this year. Did I? I'm sure it's possibly that I did in one of our many conversations where I dismissively go along with whatever is going on about. Sayuri likes to worry too much about me, where I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. I was talking about how I'm worried that you won't learn how to socialize or have any skills before college. Your happiness is really important to me now. And I know you are happy now, but I'd die at the thought of you becoming a need in a few years because you are not used to the real world. I mean, you trust me, right? Don't make me keep worrying about you. Alright, I'll look at a few clubs if it makes you happy. No, promise though. Will you at least promise me you'll try a little? Yeah, I guess I'll promise you that. Yay! Why do I let myself get lectured by such a carefree girl? More than that, I'm surprised I even let myself relent to her. I guess seeing her worry so much about me makes me want to ease her mind at least a little bit, even if she does exaggerate everything inside of her head. Alright, the school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall, looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. Sayori wants me to check out some clubs. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Hello, Sayori? Sayori must have come into the classroom while I spacing out. I look around and realize that I'm the only one left in the classroom. I thought I'd catch you coming out of the classroom, but I saw you just sitting here and spacing out, so I came. Honestly, you are even worse than me sometimes. I'm impressed. You don't need to wait up for me. If it's going to make you late to your own club, well, I thought you might need some encouragement, so I thought, know what? Well, that you could come to my club, Sayori. Yeah? There is no way I'm going to your club. Eh? Mimi. Sayori is vice president of the literature club. Not that I was ever aware that she had any interest in literature. In fact, I'm 99% sure she did. Only did it because she thought it would be fun to help start a new club. Since she was the first one to show interest after the one who proposed the club, she inherited the title Vice President. That said, my interest in literature is guaranteed to be even less. Yeah, I'm going to anime club. Come on, please. Why do you care so much anyway? Well, I kind of told the club yesterday I would bring in a new member, and Natsuki made cupcakes and everything. Hey, don't make promise you can keep. I can't tell if Sayori is really that much of an airhead or if she is so cunning as to have planned all of these out. I let out a long sigh. Fine, I'll stop by for a cupcakes, okay? Yeah, let's go! And thus today marks the day I sold my soul for a cupcake. I decidedly follow Sayori across the school and upstairs, a second of the school I rarely visit. Sayori, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. Everyone, the new member is here! I told you, don't call me a new member! I glance around the room. Welcome to Literature Club. It's a pleasure meeting you. Sayori always say nice things about you. Seriously? You thought, boy? Uh-oh, salah nama gua. Way to kill the atmosphere. Obviously, what a nice surprise. Welcome to the club. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredible cute girls. What are you looking at? If you want to say something, say it. Sorry. Natsuki? The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Natsuki, is one I don't recognize. Her small figure makes her look like a first-year student. She is also the one who made cupcakes, according to Sayori. You can just ignore her when she gets moody. Sayori says that quietly into my ear, then turns back toward the other girls. Anyway, this is Natsuki, always full of energy, and this is Yuri, the smartest in the club. Don't say things like that. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with people like Sayori and Natsuki. Well, it's nice to meet both of you. And it sounds like you already know Monica, is that right? That's right. It's great to see you again, Jocelyn. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other well, we rarely talk, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in the class, smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so genuinely feels a little, you too, Monica. Come sit down, Jocelyn. We made room for you at the table so you can sit next to me or Monica. I'll get the cupcakes. Hey, I met them. I'll get them. So sorry, I got a little too excited. Then how about I make some tea as well? The girls have a few decks around to form a table. As Sayuri mentioned, it's been widening so that there is one space next to Monica and one space next to Sayuri. Natsuki and Yuri walk over to corner of the room where Natsuki grabs a work tray and Yuri opens the closet. Still feel awkward. I take a seat next to Sayuri. Natsuki proudly marches back, the table tray in hand. Okay, are you ready? Ta-da! Wow! Natsuki lifts the wall of the tray to reveal a dozen white, fluffy cupcakes decorated to look like little cats. The whiskers are drawn with icing and little pieces of chocolate were used to make ears. So cute! I have no idea you were so good at baking, Natsuki. Hehe. Well, you know, just hurry and take one. Sayuri grabs one, then Monica. I follow. It's delicious. Sayuri talks with her mouth full and has already managed to get icing on her head or her face. I turn the cupcake around in my fingers, looking for the best angle to take a bite. Natsuki is quiet. I can't help but notice her sneaking glance in my direction. Is she wanting for me to take a bite? I finally bite down. The icing is sweet and full of flavor. I wonder if she made it herself. This is really good. Thank you, Natsuki. Why you're thanking me? It's not like haven't I heard this somewhere before? Not them for you or anything. I thought you technically did. Sayuri said, well, maybe, but not for you. You know, you, dummy. Alright, I give up on Natsuki weird logic and dismiss the conversation. You return to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before sitting down the teapot next to cupcake tray. You keep a whole tea set in this classroom? Don't worry, the teachers give us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a good book? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not insulted. Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to her in relief. Monica raised an eyebrow that smiles to me. So what made you consider the literature club? I was afraid of this question. Something tells me I shouldn't tell Monica that I was practically dragged here by Sayuri. Well, I haven't joined any club yet and Sayuri seems really happy here, so that's okay, don't be embarrassed. Well, make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of Literature Club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. Monica, I'm surprised. How come you decided to start your own club? You could probably be a board member for any of the major clubs. Weren't you leader of the debate club last year? Ahaha, well, to be honest, I can't stand all the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. And if it encourages others to get the literature, then I'm fulfilling that dream. Monica are really a great leader. Yuri also nods in agreement. Then I'm surprised there aren't more people in club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's coming that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile, but it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can really grow this club before we graduate, right everyone? Yeah, well, we'll do our best, you know it. Everyone enthusiastically agrees. Such different girls are interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find this three. Maybe that's why they were all so delighted by the idea of new member joining. So I still don't really know if I can keep up with their level of enthusiasm about literature. So Jocelyn, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I have read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Manga? I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traced the rim of her teacup with her fingers. My favorite are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is quite impressive. Yuri goes on, clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reversed and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the worlds of books, not people. But I like a lot of things. Stories with deep psychological element usually impress me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I have been reading a lot of horror lately. Oh, I see, a horror book once. I desperately crave something I can relate to at the minimal level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Really, I wouldn't have expected that, Yuri. For someone as gentle as you, I guess you could say that. But if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it out. Surreal horror is often very successful and changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Oh, why is that? Well, Natsuki eyes dart over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind the last club meeting. It looked like you were working on a poem called Don't Say It Out Loud and Give That Back. So guys, gue rasa untuk video kali ini gue cukupkan sampai di sini dulu. Dan kalau misalnya kalian suka dengan video game semacam ini, jangan lupa bagikan teman-teman kalian, share, komen, like, dan juga subscribe KEKO Channel buat bantu saya biar lebih semangat lagi bikin game ya. Oke. Dan beginilah cerita dari gimana awalnya karakter kita ini bisa join di Literature Club Plus ini. Dan ya segini dulu aja. Kalau misalnya kalian ada request, kalian boleh tuliskan di kolom komentar di bawah, dan juga nanti kita akan ngeliatin review dan akan coba bikinkan request kalian. Dan apalagi ya, ya udah deh segini dulu aja. Dan mohon maaf untuk ada ceritanya, ada yang kayak sounds yang gue potong karena datanya corrupted. Dan ya, I hope you guys enjoy this video game, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye gamers.